So we were over here, correct? See, okay, we were doing security. Anyone is having doubt in anything? Just a minute. Okay. So I think no one is having a doubt. So let's start the class. Okay. So guys, we were doing security as I've told you in security. Now what we will do, we will. So everyone is clear now what is security, why we use Spring Security and how can we use Spring Security. And right now what we are doing. Everyone is clear with this, or shall you like I can give you a quick intro if you are not clear with this. Everyone is clear? Just no.
Sir, can you give brief intro?
Okay. So what we are trying to achieve, like first of all, I'm having an application. Okay. I have written some APIs. Okay, APIs. So now my front end people or my postman, basically I know. Okay. My front end people know the API link. Okay. By which he can get all the data. So he is hitting the API and he is getting all the data. Okay. Just a second. Okay. So what front-end people is doing, they are hitting the API and they are fetching the data. Okay, suppose I'm having API for member. Okay, there are three members basically. Or you can say three employees. Employee one, employee two, employee three. I have created API for three employees. Okay, by which they can see their progress or their reports. So admin can see all of them. Admin can access all the API. Otherwise, employee can only access their APIs. Okay. Now suppose employee one is trying to access and he can access his API. Okay. But his friend also know the API. Okay. There is a friend, suppose outsider, his big brother of some kind of guardian or anything. Okay. He have seen the API. Okay, in his laptop and he knows what is the API. Now he can also hit this API and can know the information, correct or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So to secure this, we have Spring Security, which is a layer in between your application. Okay. Now, how it will make your application safe? Now, if anyone will hit the API, he will ask for username and password. Without username and password, you cannot hit the API. Okay. Done. Okay, done. This is done. Now, second thing is now he cannot access. One thing is clear, correct? So now he cannot access. So you have saved one thing. Now you don't like the username and password. Why? Because Spring is generating that for you. Okay, you are saying yeah, the username and password is not that good. So I can't do that. Okay, I need my. So using Spring Boot property file, you can create your username and password. Correct? So by that also you can access it. So the second problem which everyone is facing right now is that employee one can access employee one ID API. He can access employee two also. He can access employee three also. Correct or not? Because he know the API, he can access. Admin can also, and employee one is also, and employee two also. So everyone can see everyone. Whoever knows the username and password, they can see any API. Correct or not?
Yes, sir.
Because password is common for everyone. Correct or not? Password is common. Plus, you are not giving role. Getting it? Now, let's see one more thing. Now, what we will do, how to solve this? For this, we will authenticate person by their email ID and password, first thing. And we will give roles to them, second thing. These two things we will try to achieve now. Okay. So now to complete the security, to enable web security, nothing you have to do, you have to just add the dependency. Once you have added the dependency, Spring Security will auto configure that. Okay. For you, it will auto configure. Okay. Now, second thing. So, with the help of Spring Security, when you will add the dependency, it will automatically give you all the configurations of Spring Security, and you can do that. Okay, you can achieve that. Second thing, if you want to provide your username and password, for that you have property file. In this property file, you can give username and password. Getting it like this, you can give username and password, and it will allow your username and password. Great. Okay. Now, but you need the username and password which you are giving in the database. Give me 1 second. Just 1 second. Okay. So guys, just a minute. Okay, guys. Okay. Now, these two things are clear, everyone. How to give your username and password and how Spring Security works. Now we will try to configure this. Now what we will try? We will try to configure this. So for this, we have two things: data source, user detail and user detail service. Okay. 1 second, yeah. Just 1 second. Okay. Now what we will do, we will try to configure by ourselves. Are you getting background noise also, anyone?
No, sir.
No,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, so now what we will do, we will try to customize this. Okay, we will configure by ourselves. Okay, I'm deleting everything. We will do from the start. Okay. So first of all, if you want to allow Spring Security, now you have two things: user detail service. User detail, which you will allow in your entity class. Now, what is user detail? As the name suggests, this is an interface provided by Spring Code. Oh, sorry. Security. Okay, Spring Security. In this, you have to give 5 methods, in which 3 methods are very important: username, password, and role. Getting it? What will be the username of the user, password of the user, role of the user? These 3 things are important, and in this interface, you are getting these 3 methods. Okay. Granted authority, get password, get username. So these 3 methods are very important to override. Okay. Now you are overriding this method. If anyone is having doubt in anything, now although I have explained you, if you have a doubt, ask me. Okay. So I have implemented these methods. Can you see? This is a simple gradient authority. In this asset role.toString, I have given the list that. Clear, everyone? Everyone is clear what is user detail? Why we
Yes, sir.
implement this?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, second thing is service, user detail service. So in service, you will implement that. So in service, you will implement user detail service, and in this, you have one method which is called load user by username. What it will do? It will load your user by username from your database, and username can be anything: mobile number, email ID, anything. Right now, we are taking a username as an email ID, so that's why I'm writing the method find user by email ID. If you are having a mobile number as a username, so you will say find user by mobile. As a name, so you will say find user by name. Like this, you will do. Okay. Got it, guys? So this
Yes,
is
sir.
these are the two things which you have to do. Now we will do the things which are very important. Now you have done this. You have given the user detail, you have given the user detail service. Now you have to authenticate, you have to authorize things. Okay, you have to authorize, you have to ignore. So these are the customized things which you can do. Now what is what is called to ignore the URL? Suppose there is one URL which I want to ignore. Can you tell me which URL I want to ignore? I have to ignore. Like try to guess. I think you know what I'm creating. I think you have done everything.
Registration.
Huh?
The registration. I
Registration.
mean, yeah.
Very good. Because without registration, you cannot go inside a database and you cannot save your credentials. And without saving the credentials, you cannot log in. Correct? Because inside database, you will not be present. Getting it, everyone? 10 of you. Tell me. Otherwise, I have to take your names. Everyone is getting now. Whoever is not getting the things, let me know, because we have to finish this topic and we have to start new topics. Token and all that thing also we have to start.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Just one question I have, sir.
Yes.
The before step. So you have to do both user detail and user detail service. Both you
Correct.
have to. Okay.
Because user detail will give you the important method. Suppose, okay, let me tell you example like this. You are a new user. I have allowed you because you have said, please ignore this API. Everyone can access this API. So you are registering inside database. You have put all the requirements, email ID, everything you have done. Now, now what you are doing, you are trying to log in. You are passing email ID and password, and you are saying login. Now your request will come in a database. Okay, no, sorry. Now you are in a login. Okay, so you will hit the API which is provided, which is secured by secure. 1 second. Okay, right. So, one API I have ignored. Okay, so you can access that API and you have saved your data in a database. Now you're trying to log in. So second API is your login API, which I have been secured. Okay, which is secured by Spring Security. Now you're trying to log.
Sir, are you showing notepad sharing?
There actually I'm not sharing anything, but I will share if you want.
Okay, sir.
Okay. If you need the items, you will like this also. Any method. Okay, there are APIs. Registration. Login. That these are the APIs. This is a person. He is hitting the API of registration, which I have said that you can ignore. Spring Security, please ignore this API. He will go inside the database. He will save the important information, like his email ID, password, and everything. He is trying to log in now because without registration, he cannot log in. Now, when he will say login now these APIs are secured by Spring Security. Now, how you are checking it? You are checking it by database. So he will call your user detail. In user detail, he will fetch the data from database. What are the data which he need? Role, username, password. Now, with the help of username, he will go inside database and check whether the person is present or not inside database. Suppose 123 is the username. So he will find the user with 123. Now he have 123. Now he will check the password, whether the password we are having are correct or not. Password. So password is correct. Okay, the person is correct. You can log in. Okay, now suppose he is saying get all. So over here also I will tell you how to secure this API using rule, which is called pre and post authorization. Got it now?
Yeah, sir.
One second. Okay. Okay, now we'll try to achieve this one. So let's do this. Okay. So we have implemented our user detail and user. Now let's go in our configuration. So this is the configuration class where we will try to configure our things. Okay. Okay or not? Okay. Now let's start. So first of all, okay. Now first of all, what we will do, we will enable our string security. Okay. So Control Shift O, Control S. @ enable web security. Second thing is @ configuration. Configuration. Okay, these two things are important. I think everyone is clear with these two annotations. Now, there are some things which you have to do now. Okay, there are some things which you have to create. First of all, we will create a bean of security filter. Okay, which is security filter. So we will say public security and that will be small. No. This is the return type, no? Security FILTER. Only security filter. No, filter chain. Yeah, this one. Here. You will create bean of this. I'll tell you what is this, okay? Now we will give him HTTP security. Now, what is security filter chain? Now I will also show you with the debugger also how things work, but let me tell you, filter chaining is like how you will go step by step, because when your API will be hit, any API will be hit, how they will go in a layer. This is called a filter. Let me show you. If this is your API now, so there will be many filters present. And if you can pass this filter now, then only you can hit the API, which is called authentication manager, authentication provider, filter chaining. Okay, so these are called things by which you will go and then only you can hit the API. Now you are having filters before your application. Okay, now you will tell him which things to protect and which things to not. Okay, so you will say http.cross. Okay, CSRF, first of all, port we will I will tell you later. First of all, CSRF dot disable. You will disable. Then you will say all the requests authenticate AU authorize request. Okay, which request? Any request. you have to authorize. I will tell you how to ignore the request also. Okay. Authorize any request. Okay. Now dot AUT authenticator. Okay, why it is giving me warning? Deprecated. Give me deprecated. You have to see, and deprecated authenticated request is also deprecated. First of all, let's do with the deprecated method, Swami. Then we will see the new one, which is latest. Okay, deprecated means it is going to be expired soon. Okay, authenticate. Now I'll say and dot HTTP basic. What is HTTP basic? I'll tell you, don't worry. Let me write this thing, then I will fashion management fashion management dot fashion. Now see, always see. One second, let's see one thing. This method has been deprecated. Huh? Let me open my phone just a second.
Where do you find the new ones, sir, with respect to the deprecated methods?
Then actually, now see, basically these things are only done once in your application. Correct. If you are providing a security, now you will only provide the security once only when you are starting the project. Correct.
Yes.
So when I have started the project 1 year ago, then I have used it. Okay, then it was not deprecated. Okay. So you cannot say like when the new version will come. Okay, right now I think it's deprecated. Now you will have something new. Let's see which is the new thing. Okay. When I have applied streaming security, I have applied with web security configurer adapter. Okay, although it is also gone. It is also deprecated. Okay. So I also have to see. Authorize the request, any request, permit all. 20. Authorize HTTP request we have now. Oh, now we have this one. Okay, it's not deprecated like the HTTP request. We have this one. Okay, this one we have. No problem. This is also nothing else. It's not deprecated. Okay, it's there. Okay, now we have added HTTP request. Before it was correct. Both things are same all there. Okay. Now there is one more thing. Permit all. Okay. So we will not write over here. We will write ignore in ignore thing. Okay. I will tell you how to ignore that request also. So everyone is clear with this method. Tell me first of all this. Hmm? Everyone is clear or not? No. Tell me. Read this. Like first you should read this. Okay. If you are not getting it, let me know. I'm telling you again, it's important. Okay. And I will tell you one important thing, which is also important. I will also we will do token. When we will do the token, then I will create filter also. Okay. No doubt.
What is CSRF, sir?
Yes, CSRF is an attack, cyber attack.
Oh, okay.
What is HTTP basic, sir?
Yeah, basic like HTTP basic is like if you remember when I was hitting when I was hitting any API, it was showing me form, username and password. Correct? Getting it? If I
Yeah.
was hitting any
Yeah.
API, if you remember, it was showing me one form, right? Username and password, and then if I was saying login, then only you can see that thing.
Yes, yes.
Okay, HTTP basic is it will not ask for form. Okay, it will give you pop-up. Okay, over here it was login form. Yeah, this one form login. Okay, I'm saying no, I don't need form login. I need HTTP basic. Anything else? Anything inside this? Ask me. Any words if you are getting doubt? Anything? Because these are important things and you have to do this.
But this is for registration alone or for all the IPs?
Huh?
This is for registration.
This is for registration. No, it will secure all the API. Even the registration also. I will tell you how to ignore that one. Although you can ignore over here also, but it's not a good way. Okay, as let me show you.
So this is generic for all, right?
Yes, it will not like it will all the API will be secured. Okay, if you want to unsecure that, no, there is one thing which is called ant matcher. Okay, permit all. Yeah, this one. Dot ant matcher, write the API and say permit all. So it will not authenticate that one. Okay. So you can write your registration API over here. Permit all. So string security will not like it will not ask for that. Okay, we will allow that API. If you will write this, but I will tell you how to do in a good way. Okay, it's not a good way because there can be many APIs which you have to ignore, like Swagger APIs. Okay, if you are having some machine, if you are working with machines, then machine APIs, all the APIs, payment gateway APIs. Okay. So there can be many APIs which should be ignored. Now, if you are writing this thing, you cannot write like if there are 10 APIs which you have to ignore, you cannot write 10 lines like this. No, not a good way. I will tell you a good way. How to ignore that. No doubt in this. Everybody know what is stateless? This thing is clear, everyone?
Sir, is it enum? Stateless. Stateless is an enum.
No, it's yeah, it is an enum. Okay, you can see this is written in an enum, but stateless is like it suppose okay. You are logging something, okay, like in a Facebook or in a Google, you are logging. Okay, you are giving your username and password. There are two things. Okay, first, they can store your data. Second, they will never store your data. If they are not storing the data, that is called stateless.
Oh, okay, sir.
Okay, HTTP session will not be created.
Okay.
If they will store the data, that is not stateless. Okay, so I am saying my policy will be stateless. I will not store any data.
Okay.
Okay, this is called a session manager.
Okay, sir.
Although you can read also something you want. Any doubt?
Sir, this authorized HTTP request and any request is something like why we need both, sir?
See, there are two things: authenticate, authorization. Authenticate and authorization. Authorization, like you are logging in. Authenticate, what is your role? Getting it? You are coming from, okay, you are in an office, you are coming in office. So first of all, how to unlock your gate? So how to unlock your gate so that you can go inside. So that is called your login. After coming inside office, what is your role? So that is called your role. Okay, so you need both, correct? Both the security.
Mhm.
And what is that build, so return build?
That it will return you session. Yes, it will convert your HTTP into this.
Okay.
Got it? Okay. Now let's see. Second
Here-
thing is, yeah.
As list, right, sir?
Mhm.
Here we are not mentioning any list.
Uh, this means
Yeah, there is a lines of information will store into the database, right? If it is a authenticated one.
okay. So I think you have seen in a Google in-memory database that you are talking about in memory.
Oh,
Like I didn't get your question. Repeat again.
see, in from login page itself, we are saving. We are taking the values, username, password, and some or other details sometimes. So here we are taking it as a only methods we are calling.
Okay, so you have seen the example of in-memory. So that is called an in-memory database. If you are not using database, then you can use that method in-memory. Okay, in which you will give the role and a username and password, so that person can only log in.
Okay, sir.
Right now, what we are trying to achieve, anyone can log in, but that person should be in a database.
Yeah, got it, sir.
Okay. We are working with database. Now, second thing what we will do, let's see. So I will say public. Second thing which I have to create the bean is your authentication manager. I will tell you there are three things which are very, very important. Authentication provider, authentication manager. Okay, and there is one more class which is called your authentication filter. Three things: manager, provider, filter. Okay, right now, if you are not using token, these are enough. Only authentication manager is enough. Okay. When we use token, I will tell you, see, when I will teach you token, then you will understand the whole flow. Where you will go. Okay, the whole flow. And I will tell you one thing. If you want to learn great, because these are the only things which you will use once only. Getting it? String security, token, JWT, this only you will use once. Once in a while, when you will create the project. If you already have the project, you will not apply it. It will be already written inside your application. Getting it? So many people don't remember these things. Why? Because long time. Getting it? The gap. They didn't practice it. So they forgot the flow. So that's why this is a thing which you can forget. And even I also sometimes forgot. I have to see. Okay, like when I have applied, it was not deprecated. Web security configurer adapter was not deprecated. In web security configurer adapter, we have two methods which we have to override: config and config with HTTP. Then the work is done. But now it's deprecated, so this is the thing which we have to do. Getting it, everyone? So that's why write down in a pen and paper. Okay, how the flow will go. Draw a chart or a diagram in which you are comfortable, but write down. Otherwise, you will forget the flow. Okay, I'm telling you, this is definitely you will forget because once in a while you have to do this. And once you have done this, no need to repeat it. Okay. So now the second thing is AUTHEN TICATION MANAGER. Authentication manager. @b. Now, if you will see now, it requires three things: HTTP security, decrypt password, decrypt password encoder, and third is your user detail service. User user detail service. Now, yeah, you have to do one thing. For user detail service, you have to write. You need to first user detail service. User detail service. Okay, one second, I don't remember, but let's try it. Let's try. I think like this only, then only you can build that. Now you have to return. What you have to return? So you will say HTTP dot. What was it? Get shared object. Right? Yes. In this you will pass authentication manager. Now in user detail service, you will what you will give? You will give. What was the name of user service? No? I will tell you this also. Don't get confused. Yeah, user impal will come. Because in impal, I think I have implemented that now. Yeah, now yeah, okay. So dot password encoder, dot and dot. Now let's see. So what it requires authentication manager. Okay. You have this thing. This class is a main class. Okay, I will tell you when you will do the token, so you will understand this also, where this is coming. This is coming from header. Okay. So from here you are saying that get shared object. Okay, now it will come in this method. Now it is a let me tell you, this is a generic type. Okay, in which you are saying authentication manager builder dot class. Okay, this line will provide you the builder class of this authentication manager. Okay, now what you have to give the class. If you will come over here, this is the class now where you have implemented your user detail service, where you have written this load user by username. So you will pass user detail service as a user service. Okay, now you have given this. Plus you are saying password encoder also. If you want to skip this one, you can skip. Okay, we will skip this one also. It will work. Okay, first of all, let me work with this. Then we will remove this one also. And then let's see, let's see what will happen. Now, anyone have a doubt in this? Like build will give you the object of this. It will build your. Ask the question. Hmm. Let's run this. First of all, let's run this. Okay, let's run this thing. It is running up MV full MVP. No, I don't want to run full MVP. No, doing this. MVC application. But yeah, he was unable to find that. You have to create the. Let's do one thing. Let's remove this one. Okay, all that will work fine. Let's remove this one now. It's running fine. Now let's try to hit the API. Which API? Okay, first of all, first of all, let's see. Let me open Workbench. Just 1 second. Let me open Workbench. Then guys, let's see. So it was user. So in user, I'm having a lot of people. Okay, so let's see. I'm not having any email and anything. So for now, let's create the email. Okay, let's create the email. So email is 123@gmail.com. Okay, and let's write the password. And first of all, the name is only I need username and email and password now. 123@gmail.com and password. Let's go to Google because I have used an encrypt password. So I'll say generator. Go to generator. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Generate. Copy. Come over here. Let's paste. Let's apply. Let's save. Okay. So the email is 123@gmail.com. Password is 123456. Okay. And let me do one more thing. Let me comment these two things. Okay, and let me rerun this application one more time. And if you can see, now Spring is not giving me the password because I'm using mine. Okay, now let's go. And let's try to hit the API. Which API I need? Suppose I need the API. Where is the API? API is, suppose I'm trying to hit, my get was working. Anyone remember? I think get all was working fine, na? This is the postman guy. You guys don't remember? Okay. When it is get all. Code or zero. Got it, guys? Unauthorized. That's it in Google also. Can you see? This is your basic base HTTP. Got it, guys? What is your base HTTP basic? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
This is
Yes.
called HTTP basic. Okay. If you guys remember, we were getting form, now we are getting pop-up. Okay. Now let's write 123 @gmail.com. Password is 12345 6. Sign in. Okay. 123 @gmail.com. 12345 6. अरे यार uh, 123 @gmail.com. Password. Hmm. I think he is not comparing our decrypt password. Correct. That's why we need bcryptor. Okay, because I'm using bcrypt password. Okay, so for that, what we need bcrypt also. Where is my distance? So let's give him a bcrypt also. Yeah, I think because of that only, I think he's not taking it. Okay, now how to do that? Just create the mean of bcrypt also. Public BCR password encoder. Get password encoder. Return new password. And that is. Okay, now let's stop this application and let's rerun the application. 1, 2, 3. चल जा. Let's see. We got an exception. This role is null. Oh, role is null. Let's give the role also. I think role is null. So let's give MEMBER. I think member was there, no? In role, but I was taking.
Yeah,
Any-
member, sir.
Yeah, member. You guys are understanding now what I'm doing, everyone. I think you are not getting it. MEMBER, MEMBER, correct. Eh, correct integer value. अरे अरे यार small integer no. Enum where please. Bye. Done. One, two, three, @gmail.com. 5, 6. Oh. Select this. Where email is this? Oh. Huh? Oh. Let's hit with the postman first of all. Okay. Username is 123@gmail.com. Password is control A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Send. Unauthorized. Okay. What is the error? Error is nothing. Query is this. Everything is working fine. Now we have to use debugger. Now yeah, guys, we have to use debugger. We have to see where I am not checking. So, I have one more class. Just one. That okay. Hi guys. So let's wrap up. Okay, we have I have one more class.